Alright, welcome to the last video in the series of the tools panel. Right, so we have come to the last video in the tools panel, and the rest of the tools here are pretty simple. We've used some of them previously. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the hand tool. Okay, this tool over here right below your shapes tool is your hand tool. Okay, now your hand tool basically helps in moving around your image right when you are zoomed in. That's what the hand tool is for. Okay, so if I zoom in this a little and I want to move to this side, I will just use the hand tool to move. If you notice, you see this scroll bar here is moving also, and this is also moving. That's to show that the hand tool is not moving the image. It's just basically helping you scroll. Okay, that's what the hand tool does. And at any point in time you want to go back to out of your zoomed in view, you just click on fit screen, and immediately you click on fit screen, it goes back to fit your screen. Okay, so also the shortcut to bring out the hand tool is the H. So immediately you click on H, the hand tool gets fired up. It is different from your move tool in that when you zoomed in, your move tool moves your picture. You see, if I click here and I move, you can see the move tool is moving the picture, but your hand tool, which is brought up by H, moves your scroll bar. Okay, so it just doesn't move your picture, it just moves your scroll bars here. Okay, so that's that about the hand tool. Now the next tool we're going to be looking at is the rotate view tool. Now the rotate view tool is a tool that helps you view your picture or your document or what you're working on, your design, in different views. So for instance, you want to rotate this. Just once you click and turn, it rotates it. Right, you can see it's rotated now, but it doesn't save in this rotated view. It is just a view. Okay, it's not a transformation. So even if I save this image right now, so let's save this image. Let's save her as rotate the jpg. Okay, let's save her as rotate. Okay, let's save. Okay, let's replace that. Okay, so if we save as rotate.jpg and then we come all over to our document, let's look for rotate. You can see it here. This is it. Rotate. It's not rotated. Okay, it's still straight. Okay, so that is how the rotate is just a view, and if you want, you could turn it upside down, right? But if you want to take it back to the previous state where you're working on, you just click on reset view. Click on reset view and it takes it back, right? If you want to give it a particular degree, like 30 degrees, you could just rotate at 30 degrees. Okay, or you could also rotate at a minus 30 degrees. Okay, so that's how your rotate tool works. I barely use it. I do not I have not found an instance to rotate my picture, right? So but there are times where it may come in handy for you. You could decide to use that. So let's click on reset view. Okay, let's click on 0. Let's click on good. So that's that about your rotate tool. And your rotate view tool, the R key brings it up. So click on R, it takes you directly to your rotate view. Then the last tool we are going to be looking at is what is known as the zoom tool. Several times we have used the zoom tool in this video. Okay, it's no different from what you already know. Several times we've used the zoom tool in this video. Is no different from what you already know. So when I click on the zoom tool, and I click on my image, wherever I click on that spot, you see, as I click, it zooms in on the image. It zooms in on the image as I click. Okay. Now, what if I want to see particularly her eyes, maybe her iris, the pupil, her pupil? What I do is I click on that part and drag. So it zooms in that particular part. Can you see what's going on? Right? I click on that part and I drag, and then it zooms it in. Okay. Now, on what if you want to zoom out? Now, on your property bar or your options bar of your um of your zoom tool, you would see this is zoom in and this is zoom out. So when you click on zoom out, you could zoom back out. Okay. So your zoom out tool helps you to zoom out, your zoom in helps you to zoom in. So when you click and move in with your zoom in tool, it automatically takes your image zoomed into a zoomed in position, right? All just the same way your zoomed out tool works. So when you zoom in, it takes your image smaller into a zoomed out position. Okay. Now, so let's click on. If you want this to be back to normal, simply just click on fit screen. It comes back to where it was before. Also, in order to the shortcut to bring out your zoom tool, just click Z. Z, and ensure zoomed in. If that's what you want to do, is click on Z. When I'm on any other tool you're on, click on Z, it takes you immediately to the zoom tool. Okay. Also, another way to zoom in Photoshop, Control plus, just Control plus, and it keeps zooming in. To zoom out, Control minus. Okay. To take it back to fit screen, Control 0 fits it back to screen. So Control plus, Control minus, Control 0 to fit it back to screen. Okay, that's that about the zoom tool. Then finally, this part you have over here, I've already discussed this. This is your foreground color, this is your background color. Okay, you could double click on any of them to change them. You could double click on any of them to change them. So you double click on the background color to change the background color. Okay, okay. Then if at any point you need to switch, maybe you rather your background color to be a foreground color and your foreground color to be your background color, if you see this arrow over here, you could just click on it and it switches. It immediately switches your foreground color and your background color. Okay, so once you click on it, it immediately switches. Also, when you just tap X, that's the X for xylophone. When you tap X on your keyboard, it helps to switch between your background color and your foreground color. Okay, so for instance, but at any point, if you want to reset this back to the background, if you look up here, you'd see a small icon that looks very similar to your foreground and background icon. It's just black and white. If you want to reset this to black and white, click on that icon. It automatically takes this back to black and white. Okay, that's that about your foreground color and your background color. Below this, you have your quick marks mode, edit in quick marks mode. So for editing quick marks mode, I don't want to talk much about it here. We'll talk about it in the next series of trainings we're going to be having. Now I'll show you how to use the quick marks mode. The quick marks mode is an amazing mode. Helps you when you're cutting pictures, helps you when you're cutting out images, when you're cutting out backgrounds. Okay, so that's the quick marks mode. Tell you how to do that. Then finally, what you have over here is what we call the change screen mode. This is the change screen mode. Okay, this is the change screen mode. So basically, it just change. What it does is just to change your screen, the mode of your screen, more or less like the appearance, right? So what happens here is the shortcut is F. So when you click on it, right, I could say this is taking it into full screen mode. Click full screen. You see, now you have no tools to work with. It's just taking you into full screen mode, right? You click escape for that, right? So also the shortcut for this is the F key. So maybe at any point you mistakenly tap the F key and you mistakenly tap a key and you see that your Photoshop has shifted to what you don't know, tap the F key again. Just go back to tap the F key. Maybe you mistakenly tapped the F key without knowing. So you go back, tap the F key, and then it restores you back to where you're coming from. Okay, so that's that about the tools panel. I'm sure you have learned a lot and a lot from these videos. You are already armed to take Photoshop to the crazy next level, right? You are armed. What I've told you now are the basics of every single thing you're going to be doing in Photoshop. The basics of every single thing you're going to be doing in Photoshop. And to be a great designer, to be a great photo manipulator, to be a great photo editor, you need the basics, right? What happens is Photoshop is a very vast tool, very vast tool. Okay, most of the time we designers we work with less than 10% of Photoshop's capabilities. So for as much as 70% of our work, we work with less than 10% of the capacity of Photoshop, right? So the possibilities of Photoshop, they are endless. They are endless. With what you have been told now, you are armed to go and make awesome designs, awesome photo manipulations out there. Okay, so that's it about the tools panel, and I hope you practice some more and learn to master these tools. Thank you.